Welcome everybody to Wallaby Racing Tier 4. We are here at Belgium today as we get into qualifying for this evening. I'm here with Mad Dog in my ear.
Yo. What's up?
Ooh, he'd be doubled right now.
Also, just to clarify, it was not Mad Dog who made the Rickroll, it was Break,
That
FYI,
was
the
me.
guy on the camera.
I apologize to everyone.
But
But
send your what's it called, complaints to WRL Gothy, he will sort it out, and yeah. Belgium, mate.
Sorry, Jetman.
Mate.
I had to. It had to be done. Now, as we get into qualifying, we have one player. Who's in the McLaren? Felsi.
It is Felsi, but Arthur Set is first out on track.
Perfect.
He is ahead of everyone. Then we got Jerabot and Chevy Wilson now out on track, and then Aiden as well.
Perfect. I just needed to know who the player was so I could yell at him later. I had to. It was on the cards, and also it was Mad Dog. I have the clip to prove it.
No. Don't you throw me under the bus. The only clip that you have is me saying that I didn't want to do comms on the first week because I was too busy drinking. Don't lie, I will out myself because of you.
Fair enough. Now, as we get down into the first set of qualifying laps, Arthur's out on the track first. He gets his tyres all warmed up, gets that battery, keeps that battery full to make a full run in that V-car.
So, just to give me a recap, who was the first, second, and third in the first race? Who am I looking out for in terms of, you know, championship contenders at this stage?
So we had Jebot in first, Mr. J Swole in second, and Felsi in third for the first race of the season, bringing our top three so far.
Yeah, fair enough. And Zoltan, I do not want to confirm nor deny. Just saying. I don't know what you're on about. I'm just seeing the twitch. That never happened in Rapid, mate. This is Wallaby. Different league, alright? I haven't driven yet. Well, it looks like Arthur Set's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him, but he gets out of the way, so all well and good. So, what do you reckon? Penalty heaven tonight, Mr. Break? You reckon?
I'm going to take a bet, minimum 2 safety cars. And
2 safety cars minimum?
And yep. I'm going to say at least a minute worth of penalties around the whole board.
I reckon... No, hang on. The question should be how many people aren't going to get pens out of the whole entire grid? 3. Alright, I'm going with 2.
2?
If I know what Belgium is like at every other league I've been in, alright, I reckon 2.
Alright, 2 people. We'll take that.
Yep. What, 2 people? Did you ask?
Yeah, go on. What 2 people? We'll double down on your bet.
Alright, I reckon... Felsi. He's pretty clean, generally, from what I've seen. And... Arthur Set. I was going to throw War Machine on that pick, but, you know, I want to be realistic here.
Did you just say Arthur Set, the king of pens?
Yeah, bro. Remember, what's it called? Fucking guitar. Bro, he changed that, remember? He changed that. Okay. He still managed to finish first. So, you know, I'm putting my money, you know, where my mouth is.
Bench
and I'm saying
laps for tier 4, 142.6.
Ooh, Felty Rabbit just had a crash. Felty Rabbit had a crash.
What number?
It's number... Well, I don't know. Felty Rabbit 1488.
I mean, what number on the grid? I don't have the thing up, remember?
Oh, number is literally, I don't know. Bloody hell. You're asking me questions I don't know. The guy that literally says no time, that's literally 1, 2, 3, Fourth from Chevy Wolves.
Yeah, for the first laps of today, we have Arthur coming over the line, taking provisional pole with a 142.6. Gearbot coming over the line with a 140. Ooh, that's changed. With a 143.7. A Chevy Wolves in the Williams with a 144. And everyone else setting 146 in 2 minutes for their warm-up laps. More cars coming around now.
Full set. Oh, he's the GOAT. 2 minute 3. He's the GOAT. Donut Gorilla, he's coming across the line now. What's his time gonna be? 4th place, 44.9.
144.9. We're getting on board with Felsi, who on the screen is now player. I don't understand his telemetry setting is not correct, but we come round.
He must have it up. Like,
that's alright, I know who he is. We all know who he is. It's Mr. Bat Felsi. Setting his first lap at the moment.
Pretty good so far. Just been watching him for a little bit.
Still got plenty of ARS. Henchman coming over the line, 144.0, putting himself on the second row. Next to Chevy Wolves. Come round.
Maxi reckons Arthur for pole surely.
Maxi, boy, you can put that bet on. Felsi coming along at 144.8 for his first laps of the session.
Needs to pick up the pace.
So Kirko with a 145.6 going for a second lap now.
Jerobot just comes. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Jerobot.
We go to
Send.
Aiden Full Send with a 144.2. Go down to Cross-Eyed Gaming, who's coming over the line now with a 144.2.3, just in front of Aiden by 2/100ths of a second.
Starting his lap as well. Combo Ollie about to cross the line now. I believe that was Kirko that came across with Maney. Combo Ollie got in 3rd position at this stage.
The only thing more certain of Arthur getting pole is Mad Dog streaming topless. He's in my ear. I don't have his camera up though.
Oh, I am topless. I will confirm. There is no shirt on.
There you go, Pajala. Just you can have that into your imagination.
I'll send you a DM.
Pema Piastri coming over the line with a 144.7, putting himself in 8th place.
What's War Machine gonna do? He's invalidated.
Governor hasn't come out yet. Kashi coming out of the pits now. He's on his in lap. Yellow flag in sector 1. Not sure who that is. It's just a RB letting cars pass. War currently on a hot lap down in 16th.
He's invalidated.
And he has invalidated his lap.
Come down to...
That's exactly who I went to. Duck Puncher doing his hot lap right now.
He struggled last corner on the last corner of his out lap and first corner as well, so I think he's just trying to get the grips with the setup. See what happens for him though. Looking good.
We come through the cones. He gets the throttle pushed all the way down into 4th gear coming through Rivage. There's a bit of traffic ahead of him. Should get out of the way pretty easily as we go through Kuon.
I want to validate there. Very easy to validate. The slow kick ahead. Hopefully that doesn't invalidate his lap too much. Ooh.
A little bit of a slide out there by Duck Puncher. Just coming before Stablot. And a slide out. He holds it. Keeps it out of the wall. But that lap is now dead for Duck Puncher.
What are you on about? He hasn't validated. He's still going.
It's dead. Goffy's still in the pits yet to set a time. We go to Kashi, who's coming around, about to start his hot lap of the session.
I think Duck Puncher's just had another spin on the last corner. Yeah. Left flag's up for him.
Unfortunate for Duck right now. As we watch Kashi on his hot lap.
Interesting stuff though. Arthur Set, the only driver who's at the stage. You sure he's a tier 4 driver, bro?
Boys in the paddock are saying that the tier 2 pole for Belgium was a 42.1, and for tier 3 was 42.5. So he's on pace with the tier 3 drivers. See how he goes tonight.
Congratulations, you're getting moved up. Well, let's see if Kashi can do the exact same time or even better than his teammate in P1.
Kashi, the reserve driver for tonight for RB.
Oh, is he reserve?
Yeah.
Okay. First race is a reserve for the seasons for Kashi, so see how well he does. He's a good driver. I've seen him drive. I think that was Chevy Wolf's also going P4, just want to say. Chevy Wolf's going to 43.878. Currently
Kashi somehow not invalidating that lap coming off the track there. We come in the last corner, a little bit of a slidey boy. He will straighten that car up and get over the line with a 1:45.7 to put him currently last.
The governor.
The governor's coming over his through A Rouge now.
Three Aussie gamer is the same for congrats, not F off the tier 3.
Well spoken, true. Well spoken. Thank you KFC the chicken for the follow. Welcome to Wally Racing. You've joined us just in time for the second half of qualifying for Belgium.
That is a name and a half. KFC the chicken.
Yes, sir.
Now I want KFC. I haven't even done it. Bloody hell. Now I got hungry for KFC. God damn it.
I have a snack pack waiting for me out after this.
Oh, nah, but I got some lamb chops and mash and veggies waiting for me. Especially after my race. That's what tastes so good, mate. Better than your KFC snack pack.
Padge, stop thinking about chicken. You've got a race to commentate next.
John, did somebody say KFC chicken?
I don't care.
I love it. Screen monetized.
Yeah, subs don't count this stream, guys. As we watch Governor come into the final hard braking zone, locks up the tiniest bit, takes it nice and cleanly around the final two corners. Gets that DRS wide open, comes over to 1:45.3, putting him in 12th place right now. We have another player in the Williams.
Duck Puncher is on his lap finally.
Is he? Cool. Go to Duck Puncher.
He's gone through first sector. Activates the DRS and the battery. A lot of people burn their battery through this first sector. Have you noticed?
It does. Well, it does help. You can get maybe 1-2 tenths up through the first sector with that ARS on overtake, and through the middle section of the track, you can turn it down, gain enough battery that through the last final part of the track, you can burn the rest of that battery and it not be a deficit. It all comes down to strategy through the track.
So you reckon most of these laps are on like medium mode or something, in like sector 2? Because like I've noticed a few of the guys' ERS battery, like the battery itself, you drain it a lot. Like anyone would think to drain majority of it in like this sector here. You know what I mean?
Well, you would be correct, but at the same time, if you can switch between after retiring with that 142.6, he's happy with that with 4 minutes to go. You through the middle sector, where you're not putting as much power down through the corners, you can turn that ARS directly off and gain a lot of battery through the central sector and switch between medium and off. And it'll build your battery up. Duck Puncher coming over with a 1:43.5, putting him on the front row just behind Arthur Set. Felty, Rabbit, Ski, War, Goffey, not set to make times. I believe Goffey is just starting a hot lap, or he's just come out of the pits.
Yeah, he's just coming out of the pits.
Just
But
come out
War
of the
Machine
pits.
though,
War,
he'll be doing his lap though as he gets
stuck behind traffic there a little bit, but he will try and get as much out of that as possible.
It was Felcy.
I think he's on an out lap as well, Mr. War.
Yeah, both of them on out laps, but I think
the only player not qualifying at the moment, Mr. J Swole, stuck in Sydney traffic. You wouldn't think that he was a race car driver.
Baxi reckons my king gotta get cold. Alright.
Okay, Maxi.
Yeah, watch War. He's gonna get cold right here. Right, you're gonna witness history, ladies and gentlemen.
As we watch the hot lap. Let's go, War, one of the final drivers at the time. As it stands with 2 minutes remaining, all cars will be coming out onto the track. Arthur Sett, who's retired from the session, happy with the 142.6. Duck Puncher just behind with a 143.5. Jairbot in third with a 133.521. 1/1000th slower than Duck Puncher. The Combo Ollie just behind him as well. 143.7. Wolves with a 143.8. 43.9 for Felcy. Back into the 144s go Henchman. 144.2 for Cross-Eyed and Aiden. And a little bit slower down the back of the pack. We've got Donut and Piastri, both with 142.6 and 7s. Maney with 145. Governor with a 145.3. Kirko with a 145.7? 6, and Kashi with a 145.7. War put his first laps on for now. He's invalidated. He has a minute to get back to start his last lap. It might get it, he might not. He's going to have to push this car to its limit to get back.
God damn it, War Machine, you have one job.
Go to Goffey, who is currently on a hot lap.
Is that a true purple sector 1 for Goffey?
We'll find out in a second.
Yeah, because he's just set a purple sector 1.
I believe sometimes the games take green and purples.
Yeah, but I thought it would have come up on the, the telemetry thing you got. You know what I mean?
Not sectors, only fastest one.
That's all good. Alright, well, Goffey going through sector 2 right here.
Goffey sliding out just before turn 14. Will be not putting in a lap tonight. Currently sitting at 19th. War Machine, as we go back to him, is
He's done.
Is in the pits. Felty Rabbit not setting a time. Now we'll go back to everyone currently on a lap. Jairbot trying to make his time faster. Currently coming through the last sector.
Chevy Loss, who is going to be the first one to come across the line with Jairbot, will also not be able to do a lap because he's invalidated. So his race is, well, his qualifier's over. So unfortunate for the lad.
Jairbot coming over the line with a 143.2, knocking Duck out of the front row with 2 minutes to go. Combo Ollie on a hot lap as well as we get all the cars come over the line. Donut finishing his qualifying in 11th, Kashi in 12th, Maney in 13th, Governor out of this session in 14th, Kirko in 15th. We have Ski currently on a hot lap right now. Has invalidated his lap.
Piastri is invalidated as well, so he's not improving from P9 at this stage.
You see the
Henchman. Oh, no. I don't know if this is true or not, mate. I just think I witnessed Henchman invalidating Felty. I don't know if you caught that on screen.
I don't know. I was watching Combo Ollie.
I'll record it just in case. Because Henchman was invalidated. Felty wasn't invalidated. but I don't know if... Because they're going side by side, so I don't know if, yeah.
Felsi didn't seem to be on a hot lap, but we will double check that at the end. As it stands, Arthur Set in on pole with a 142.6, Jairbot in second, completing the front row. Duck Puncher and Combo Ollie taking third and fourth right now. Aiden and Wolves in the fifth and sixth. Felsi, Henchman, seventh and eighth. Piastri and Cross Eyes, ninth and 10th. We have 11th and 12th is Donut and Kashi. Maney and Governor, 13th and 14th. 15th is Kirko. 16th, Swarm. Felty in 17th. War in 18th and 19th is Goffy. Felty, War, and Goffy not setting laps this session.
Shining Swarm gets Drunk Driver Award. We're doing a 148-2.
Mr. J Swole, if he doesn't get here, will not participate.
He won't be able to get any considering that quality's over. It won't let him in anyway, so... Well, this is... Look, see, I told you, Arthur Set on pole, I'm putting my money where... Right? I did say that.
You did say that.
Bro's setting a 42.6, retires and says, you know what, that's it. Now, I know... What do you think tyres-wise? I reckon...
I reckon a lot of these drivers are going to go soft mediums. Soft mediums works on a half. 50%ers.
I don't know if softs would be the start.
Yep.
I mean...
Softs for 10, mediums for 12.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I suppose 22 laps, yeah.
Even 8, 8:14 or 9:11.
Just having a look at this. Feltzy, Piastri, Cross-Eyed, Donut Gorilla, Kashi, both on medium. Same with Kirko, War Machine, and Goffy. Everyone else has opted for... Just looking at the race director. And Arthur Set and Jerabot also on mediums.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And they're out and away we go. Arthur Set getting a great start, pushing Jairbot back. Duck Puncher getting back into second place, taking the inside line. Taken out. Cars ghosting in the back line there. A green flag, all clear. It seems to be all clear through turn 1. Which is unheard of here at Spa.
I think that was the incident between Buffy Kirko and Felty Rabbit from looking at the... both Kirko and Felty Rabbit both have front wing damage. They got no end plates, so it must have been a bit of a collision at turn 1.
As we come through turn 7 of first of 22 laps of this race, Arthur Set getting a half a second lead on Duck Puncher to begin this race. They come into the backpack, still fighting through. A little bit of contact there between Aiden, oh sorry, not Aiden, between Felsi and Wolves at the back there. All cars bunched up. Felty Rabbit sitting at the back at the moment, but a gap forming between the packs for sure. Arthur nearly a 1/7 of a second ahead of Duck Puncher at the moment. Coming through, it's like someone else is driving that car for him.
Check his Xbox. Check his Xbox. Like 7/10s already on the first lap. Big lead off so far is Duck Puncher actually. I can't get words out. Bloody hell. Burns most of his battery actually going through that straight, trying to catch up to Arthur Set so he gets the DRS. But Arthur Set definitely looks like he's better off on those mediums compared to Duck Puncher on the softs.
There we go, it's Arthur Set setting the benchmark lap for this race with a 148. Almost opening up a gap to get out of DRS before the detection zone. Does he do it? I don't believe he does. We will see if the wings do open for Duck.
I think they will.
And it does. He just keeps himself inside DRS range on Arthur, who is absolutely racing ahead right now as we come to the back of the pack with Felsi and Aiden going at it. Felsi getting in front there. Henchman in 9th place, getting in front of Cross-Eyed Gaming in the Haas.
Those hearts will come into effect later on, obviously, but we got Felsi and Full Send going at it, going downhill. Felsi trying to defend the position whilst Aiden tries to get ahead of him, but Felsi defends very well.
Just behind them is Chevy Wolves, who is going to try and capitalise on a little battle between the McLaren and the Red Bull, which has already seen a more than a second gap come between the top 4 and the McLaren. Shining Swarm getting a 3-second penalty to start this race. It's only lap 2.
Yep, Puncher losing a bit of time now. He was 6-7 tenths, now 8 tenths, trying to catch up, but I think Arthur Set's trying to give him a run for his money right now. Point. Jerobot has got a second gap between himself and Duck Puncher, so he's trying to catch up to DRS, but he has essentially less than 20% of battery left, so he's burnt most of it going in overtake. I don't think he's actually off overtake. I think he's still in overtake the whole entire time. I don't think he's realised that he's not turned it off.
There it is. We saw the flash of the rear light for Jerobot. He has turned it down, but I believe he's trying to maximise his opportunities at the start of this race on those medium tyres. With Duck Puncher on those softs, the medium's working very well for Arthur, who's gained a 1-second gap already. As we see Aiden and Felsi battling again, and Chevy pulling up the outside, trying to go around both of them, backs out and gets in between the McLaren and the Red Bull. Almost dangerous for Aiden, who had to back out of that one.
Felsi had a moment going into the corner. This is going to let Chevy Wolves...
Ghosted, there was contact, and a ghost from the Williams and Chevy Wolves. They're inside each other at the moment, still ghosted. PMR Piastri trying to capitalise on that, but the Williams is back, and PMR Piastri trying to get on the inside as he takes that position from Chevy Wolves, down 3 positions, but gets a penalty in the meantime. As the battle between the Haas just behind and Henchman, a yellow flag.
That Puncher's gone. He's had a collision. Oh, he's down into 15.
Not sure what the current damage is on Duck Puncher at the moment.
Front wings looks to be intact. I reckon what's happened is Jerobot might have Duck Puncher, or maybe Duck Puncher went too much on the curb.
No damage by the look of it on Duck Puncher's car. But obviously contact gone through and slid out down in the second half of the track.
2.2 second gap between Arthur Set and Jerobot at this stage. So Arthur Set is just he's just flying away at this point.
A 5-car battle coming out of turn 1 right now as we're heading to A Rouge between Wolves War, Governor Cash and Maney. As we come up, DRS will open for all of them. As we see, I believe that's the Haas of Cross-Eyed getting in front of PMR Piastri. Trying to come up the inside. They cut the corner. PMR Piastri holding the position, takes the inside line and keeps that position. Just at the back here, we have War Machine, who is trying to get back up into the top 9. The battle of the midfield. The battle of the midfield is absolutely hectic right now. We have Felsi in that McLaren right on the back end of Aiden. These two will be battling for the rest of the race. It seems to be how it's going to go for the rest of the season.
Both flag, a Puncher having a bit of another moment in second 2, going downhill. So he's also lost another position to Golfy. So his race is not going well so far, right? So
the gaps are starting to form between the top 5 and the bottom 15. As we see the 19 drivers. Shining Swarm at the back here. Not sure what's happened. He's currently 23 seconds behind the rest of the pack.
Yep, virtual. Felty just had a moment.
Oh, and Cross-Eyed Gaming, who had to slam on the brakes at the last corner, spins out as well. Felty Rabbit causing a virtual safety car at the back while all the cars line up. They will have to keep their deltas.
At the last corner of Sector 2, coming downhill, felt to just got on the power too much and went into the wall on the right hand.
Chevy, Wolves, Maney, and Goffey all opting to come into the pits right now. As we get the Felty Rabbit. He was retiring from this session. Putting on a new wing is Kirko in that Mercedes. The 6.5 second pit stop, not too shabby.
Safety, 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 safety.
Duck Puncher coming out of the pits now to come back to the front.
So, I don't know, this probably could have been... Is this a good thing for the top 12? Because safety cars come out now fully, and they haven't boxed yet.
Only 3 cars boxed, most of them because of damage. But it is if they pitted now for a set of hards, they would be struggling towards the end. There's 17 laps remaining. The likelihood of being able to keep the cars quick and agile with those old hards on is unlikely. A lot of the cars were already past the safety car when the safety car came out, so it's all now down to strategy.
This is going to be a problem because Henchman is in P6 ahead of War Machine. They're going to have to do a double stack. Let's have a look. Haas, I think they've got a bit of a gap, so they should be fine. It's literally Alpine and
Arthur Set coming in for pits. He's opted to pit.
Yep.
Combo Ollie Jairbot staying out. No other drivers by the look of it opting to go into the pits. PMR Piastri going into the pits.
Cross-side War Machine. So Henchman's staying out on those 5-lap-old hards. Pretty much everyone from
War, Governor, Kashi, Donut all coming into the pits now. As we get on board with PMR Piastri, you see if the kick team can do a very good pit stop here. 2.2 seconds, not bad for the kick team. 2.2 for the Alpine team too, getting better at their pit stops every day. As we see the guys that did pit for their hard tyres coming to the back of the pack. Those fresh tyres.
Chevy gets ahead of PMR Piastri, so he was the one that boxed during the virtual. He's now currently second in the train of the new tyres. So, and then Maney is a couple of positions behind. Well, I reckon it was a good strat, boxing under the virtual. I mean,
as you can see on the screen right now, we have 2 drivers with penalties at the moment. PMR Piastri with 3 seconds and Shining Swan who's out of this race with a 3-second penalty, not counted anymore. It's a very odd thing to see in Tier 4 Belgium, with only 1 player with penalties in the first quarter. A lot of drivers with their first penalties, but a lot of them keeping it safe and within the limits of the track. So we see Combo Ollie and Jairbot leading the pack here right now behind that AMG. Going to keep those tyres warm.
So I'm just having a look at the position chain. Biggest gains is War Machine up by 7, Gothy up by 6, followed by Feltzy and Maney up by 4, and then obviously Duck Puncher down by 14. So looks like War Machine and Gothy looking pretty good so far. They're in the points. It's top 15 for points, isn't it?
War Machine and Gothy both did not do a qualifying lap that counted, so they are now up into the points. So now, prove their race pace obviously better than their qualifying pace. No warnings for either of them yet, I don't believe. War with none and Gothy with 1, so they're keeping it clean on the track, unlike what they did in qualifying and validating. Kashi getting a 10-second penalty for a collision with Gothy back in the back row.
Oh, has he got front wing damage? Oh, he's got no front wing damage.
He does have front wing damage. He's missing his right hand.
What is it?
Yeah, He's missing a part of his wing on the right-hand side of the car. As you can see on the screen right now. Not keeping those tyres very warm through the safety car. Did Goffey get any damage is the question.
I think that was rear end collision, so I don't think he...
Goffey not sustaining any damage.
Yeah. Interesting.
13.
Jaswell also said in Twitch, just to let you know. Legit, if Gothy took that shit, I'd be racing.
You can take that with him in the paddock chat.
Yeah. So, what do you reckon? Top 5 boxed yet. So, Henchman, Full Set, LC, Jerobot, and Combo. Was that the right strat, do you think, bro? The top 5, not boxing? Well, I mean, Henchman's on the
hard tyre, so he has time. The medium tyres will last about another 5 to 8 laps, depending on how hard they push these tyres. The hard tyres that everyone else pitted onto should last pretty much the whole race if they can keep them intact. The top 4 need to get enough gap that not pitting isn't a deficit for them.
Yeah, because like obviously they're going to be going on to the soft sort thing, so they'll be obviously quick towards the end, especially the hard. You know,
but is it quick enough to gain the 22 seconds lost in the pits?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, was the strategy of, especially for the top 4, considering they're on mediums, was that the right call? Oh, I don't think it was, but I mean, this is tier 4 and anything can happen. There could be another safety, so I reckon that's what they're, I reckon that's what they're thinking. Another safety car could happen. They can box again.
That is correct, and there's still 18. There are still 16 laps remaining, or 15 after this safety car start. Anything could happen. Took 7 laps for a safety car. Another 7 laps could have another safety car. PMR Piastri with a 10-second penalty on top of his 3-second for a collision with Chevy Wolves. His car not seeming to be damaged, but still oh, I'm on the wrong person.
Well, I'm the wrong person.
He has almost a red wing on that right-hand side of his car. Not sure what happened there. Did Chevy hit the brakes, or did Piastri get a bit too heavy-footed coming back through to warm those tyres up?
I think it was a domino effect, I reckon, because a lot of the
as we're off again, Combo Ollie coming over the line, getting that restart back and open. Jairbot sitting just behind him, not letting him get away, but a gap forming between the top 2 and everyone else. 9/10 of a second between Jairbot and Felsi right now, but Jairbot straight up the rear end of Combo Ollie as we come down the main straight. No DRS for the first lap back. Jairbot going to be using all of his ERS right now as he puts that thing into overtake. Comes up on the inside of Combo Ollie, who has to back out, letting Jairbot in front. Combo Ollie with the ERS advantage sticks that nose right where it doesn't belong and tries to keep it right up the front here.
Arthur Set making a double overtake on Henchman and Aiden going into the second sector. 2 positions on that fresh set of hards. So he's going to be charging through
those fresh set of hards. Aiden back down into 6th, having not pitted on those old mediums. As we come through down to 12th place, where Governor is trying to make a pass on on War. As we come down into turn 12.
Maney trying to get on the back end of Cross-Eye right now. Piastri is holding Cross-Eye right now with that piece.
Piastri does have a 13-second penalty, which he may serve in the pits, but at the moment, his race is not looking great. The gaps at the back here. Chevy Wolves with a 3-second time penalty just up there in 7th place in front of Piastri, who's going...
Big collision up front. Big collision up front. Arthur Set and Felsi. Arthur Set just had a moment and now he's just lost 2 positions for the collision.
Arthur Set back down into 5th place, dives down the inside of Henchman and gets 4th place back. Henchman not with a lot of ERS under his belt, but will try and keep up. DRS is enabled, so we will get to see the overtakes at the front. Here we go, Jebot, who's currently 9/10 in front. Felsey just behind. Combo Ollie with that wing open, goes straight past and back in front. Felsey to take 2nd place. Arthur Set sitting behind, and Henchman just behind that. Now the top 3 have not pitted as of yet. Governor taking the right up the back end right now of War Machine. Cross-eyed just behind him. Duck Puncher at the back with that little mishap is currently fighting his way back up the line. Started in 3rd, made his way into 2nd, but then made a crucial mistake that ended up with him being at the back of the pack right now. Duck's race pace is very quick as he goes around the inside of Donut Gorilla, taking 14th place. He is charging up the back right now. Very, very quick in that McLaren.
Arthur Set now on the back end of Felsey going into the last straight of Sector 3 right now. Getting real close, going to activate all his battery at this stage, trying to make a move on the inside, goes onto the outside, he gets the move done, going into 3rd position. Oh, bit of contact!
Arthur Set taking the front end off of Felsey, who loses 2 positions during that run to Henchman, who capitalizes on the ghosted car of Felsey. Felsey now in the 5th place, down 2 positions due to that collision. That will be looked into by the stewards. Felsey coming around the first corner now, having to look at the back end of that Alpine. Not happy with what just occurred down the back straight. We come up. Arthur Set is going to go full blown with that DRS up the back here. Takes the right side of Combo Ollie as that car zooms down the main straight. Will he go for the 2nd overtake? He goes up the side. He goes up the inside. But the Haas gets the inside line on their way out and forces him out. And Arthur Set gets back into the lead of this race on that fresh set of hard tyres.
He's just going to charge away with this. Actually gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's all the way down to P14 right now, battling with Duck Puncher as War Machine looks like he's had a moment. So double take from those lads as Jerobot is going up against. Oh, hang on. Cross-eye and... Oh, Cross-eye and Governor going at it. Governor gets ahead of him, just though. Up, the battle's going on up down the back here, bro, honestly.
Duck Puncher currently in 13th place. He's trying to make every move count and every move stick to try and get back up. He is the quicker car, as we see at the back of this pack. He goes to take the inside line into turn 15, gets cut off. Maney's out. Maney is out of this race. Safety car is out again. Maney has crashed.
Oh, unfortunate for him, honestly.
And the 2nd safety car is out. Back up to the front of the pack. Arthur Set coming around the line now. We will see Jebot, Felsey and Combo Ollie come into the pits for the first time this race.
No, that Gorilla got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety. Oh, the pens just keep on coming, bro. What's this? An episode of Oprah? You get a pen, you get a pen, you all get pens.
Hey, I'm up to, what is that? 12, 20, 32 seconds out of my minute that I said.
Yeah, you did say a minute. I will admit.
We come through, most cars, safety car is out. Safety car is out as all the cars line up again for the 2nd time this race.
I'll have a question.
Yep.
Jerobot in a set of softs right now.
It could happen.
Was that... It was... Could... Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it was the right decision. I mean, look, he'll be quick for the first 5 laps, but, you know, it will probably die off after, like, maybe 6 or 7. Alright, well, how many laps is there? So it's 11 to 22. Safety car will probably be in lap 12, 13, you reckon?
The average 50% tyre wear for the soft tyres is 7 laps. There are, after the safety car, there will be 9 laps remaining.
be cutting it close.
He'll be cutting it close for 50%, but if he can keep that car on the track, I'm sure those soft tyres will do him well. Was it smart to come in the second time instead of the first time? Maybe. He's only in 9th position at the moment.
Yeah.
With
like, no pens obviously against his name, but it would be a close call towards the end if there's no more safeties, which probably there will be, but you know, if there isn't, that's a bit of a close call. Is one of the drivers is actually gone off the track. I think it's Gothy. He's gone off a little bit. He was just ghosted before.
Goffey currently sitting in 5th place. During this safety car, I can say that we have Arthur in 1st place, Chevy in 2nd, Cross Eyes in 3rd, War in 4th, Goffey in 5th, Duck Puncher in 6th, Coco in 7th, 8th is Shining Swarm. Then we have Jairbot, Combo, Ollie and Felsi, who were the 3 cars that opted to not pit during the first safety car. Henchman and Aiden make 12th and 13th, Governor in 14th, Donut in 15th, Cashy in 16th, and PMR Piastri in 17th, and Maney and Felty Rabbit out of this race as we come through to lap 12.
I'm sorry, I almost had a heart attack when you just said War Machine was in 4th. I have to check that myself.
War Machine up 14 places, the same as Goffey under these safety car rules. Both cars not putting in a qualifying lap that stuck. Started 18th and 19th. Now up into 4th and 5th in this race. The strategies are paying off.
Right, maybe, considering that you and I are driving in Tier 3 next, right, maybe we if War Machine and Gothy pull something out of this, for being at the back of the grid, maybe we should take a couple of notes from their book, you reckon? Like, you reckon we should do that?
Start last, we did that in pre-season.
Yeah, but, you know, obviously, that was pre-season, we don't talk about that, though. Pre-season was a bit of a, you know, a show and a half.
Pre-season, you failed a toe, so...
Yeah, so did you, mate. Come on, don't put this all on me. I saw exactly what was going on with you.
Yes, Camillo, we're trusting the strat. We have the Alpine of Warwar and Goffey up in 4th and 5th place. Up from the final 2 positions, they start at the back of the grid. Now in the 3rd row. Absolutely putting on a clinic today in Tier 4.
This could be a story and a half if War Machine and Gothy both get onto a podium. If they get onto a podium from starting at the back of the grid, this would be a story for the ages. Tell your children, War Machine starts at the back and gets a podium in WRL.
I need a fact check on what the biggest gain is in WRL history.
I can tell you what's the biggest gain from OC and Rapid. I can't tell you WRL. I can tell you it's Ryan 97 starting at the back because, you know, why not, and ends up getting the podium. Because Ryan 97 things.
Let me do a quick fact check while we go through another lap of the safety car.
Safety car's on this side. Your fact checking is going to have to wait.
Safety car in this lap. Yeah, we do not have a stat check.
Leads off. Arthur Set leads off this field, so what are we going to see? Chevy Wolfs in P2 for the Williams. He's going to be looking to hunting Arthur Set and probably gaining, what? How much has he got? He's got a 3-second penalty. So he's going to be hoping that he can gain off that 3 seconds so he can stay on the podium. But Arthur Set goes pedal in the middle right now. He's got a massive gap so far. Already 1.1 second, 1.2. Chevy's been caught slacking. Same with, oh no, not War Machine, Gothy. Gothy also caught slacking.
With 10 laps to go. The gap between Chevy Wolves and Arthur right now, more than a second after that safety car restart. Arthur getting maximum throttle out of turn 1. If I can get this out. The battle for first is up on the screen now. Shining Swarm down in 17th, another 3-second penalty. We come down. Jebot here in 8th, who pitted last, now coming up into 7th. Duck Puncher in 6th. Goffey and War Machine still sitting 5th and 4th, but the field swapping and changing every 2 seconds. Hard to keep up with.
Yeah, and Chevy Walsh has got that 3-second penalty, so at this stage, he will pretty much fall into 4th position if the grid stays the way it is, with the pens obviously, so that means that Crosseye and War Machine would be P2, P3 at this current stage if the race was going to finish, but...
Now I want to keep my eyes here on Jairbot on these soft tyres, who has made already 3 positions since the safety car restart. Yep. Those soft tyres. He started in 2nd, opted not to pit during the first safety car, now in 7th place. But currently he's 2 green sectors down on these soft tyres. He comes up on the outside of Goffey coming into turn 16. We'll get in front of Goffey, putting him up in 6th place, just behind Duck Puncher, who he qualified just in front of at the start of the race.
Could he do a double overtake here?
Will he go for the overtake? No. He does not go for the overtake. Will opt to stay behind Duck Puncher. DRS is now enabled as we come down the main straight. Jairbot gonna have to make a killer move to try and get back up into the top 4. Will sit just behind a little bit of a lockup.
Just looking at the front lads break. Cross-Eye Gaming just got into the DRS of Chevy Wolf's machine. Dropped out of the DRS, 1.3 seconds. I don't know what happened there, but it seems like Cross-Eye, did he get the DRS? Yes, he did, but he's obviously a second, 1.1 away from
Jairbot
Chevy,
opening that wing, comes up on the left side. Duck Puncher trying to cut it off, has to give him the space as he gets in front, just behind in the McLaren. Felsey gets in front of Kirko, and as Kirko sits just behind Aiden, just behind Felsey now, coming down into the Rivage. The cars are getting closer and closer together. Henchman down in 11th place on the tail end, almost goes to the outside line on Aiden. Will stick his wing straight up the rear of Aiden and will have to cut back coming into beyond turn 10 and 11. But we'll keep that gap nice and safe between there. Nearly a second between every single one of the top 5 drivers now, as 4 out of the 5 are out of DRS range. War Machine only the one sticking to that line right now, as we see more battles coming out of 8th to 12th. Felsey getting in front of Goffey just there, and then we have Henchman up on the back. He started 8th, he's now currently in 10th place. If I get the interval info on the screen, we are currently watching Henchman. Kirko just behind, and he's fighting for Goffey. Jairbot on those softs, putting in a 146, almost flat on those soft tyres, getting back up into 5th place in front of Duck. The 2 McLarens just behind. And a little bit of a sidewinder there by Henchman, making him lose a position. Goffey getting back in front of Felsey as we come into a Rouge up towards the main straight.
Oh, Jairbot could be in trouble here. War Machine is now in the DRS across gaming. Jairbot needs to push through Sector 2 in order to catch up.
I've lagged out.
You've lagged out. I'll send you an invite.
Give
me a second. Bloody hell. 1 second. Take me home. Where are you? There you are. Okay, let's have a look.
Keep talking.
War Machine's on the back end. Yeah. Cross-Eye Gaming are really struggling turning the battery off. Hands, he's trying to make an overtake for P3 at this stage, and Jairbot has caught up to the back end of this little battle. Oh, and Jairbot trying to make a lunge to War Machine, and obviously that didn't end up working out. Having a look at some of the other battles going on, Felsey in P8, obviously trying to catch up right now to this battle. Oh, and Duck Puncher, Duck Puncher, he's had a spin. He's in P15. He's had a spin going through. So Felsey, something must have happened between Gothi and Duck, maybe. I'm not. And end up catching the back end of that as Jairbot trying to make a move onto War Machine. E5 War Machine late on the brakes after set doing a 45.9. PMR Piastri also setting a 3-second time penalty. But that is getting to the point where War Machine still has the DRS, but now obviously Jairbot trying to make a move in the corner. Side by side they go with War Machine. War Machine conceding the position. And obviously, Jerabot now into P4. P3-4 is the Haas drivers. We've got yellow flags at the back. It is going to be Aiden full send into the wall. He's driving still. Don't know if he's got any damage whatsoever. I'll have a quick look. I think there might be some little damage, but War Machine now back up ahead in front of Jerabot at this stage. War Machine battling out for P3, P4, and P5. Jerabot trying to get past them. He's only on 5 lap of sauce right now, draining the battery. Felsey and Governor and Gothy. Oh, and Henchman and Gothy trying to battle out with, by the looks of it, it is, well, that's Governor as Henchman gives Gothy a bit of a rear end tap.
And we're back.
Pretty much holds position at this point. But War Machine is still in the DRS, obviously, or DRS range of Cross-Eye. He could lose it. He just lost the rear end. But so far, Chevy in P2. After set, still P1. Cross-Eye 1.5 off from Chevy, and War Machine now out of the DRS range of Cross-Eye Gaming. Back to you, Break.
Thank you. As we come through, we see Henchman, the only... Oh, Jebot coming up on the outside.
Here we go.
Get on the hard braking zone. Will he make the braking zone? He does, coming into the final corner through the chicane. Now up into 4th place after making a very controversial soft tyre swap during the second safety car as we come into lap 17. He is in DRS zone on Cross-Eyed Gaming, his teammate in the Haas, who's out of DRS range on Chevy Wolves in front. The top 3 all running without DRS. Jebot on those soft tyres, incredibly quicker than the 3 front runners, making up a first position at the moment.
I think War Machine might actually be slightly quicker than Jerabot because they're on 6 odd spots right now. Jerabot is. Cross-Eye is trying to help his teammates still stay in 4 so he can get 3rd position, but it seems like from looking at the telemetry, War might actually be getting quicker. I don't know what you break, but I reckon War could be up for a podium.
I can tell you right now, the distance ahead here for War is not the worst I've ever seen, as the 3 drivers fighting for the podium right now, War, Cross-Eyes, and Jebot, all coming through turn 13 within half a second of each other. The driver ahead right now, War Machine chasing Jebot for 4th place. The gap currently 0.4 of a second and fluctuating ever so slightly coming into the final straight. It's a very crucial time for these 3 drivers. Jebot coming up now. He's on the back end of maybe a slight contact from Jebot, but he comes up on the outside of his teammate Cross-Eyes, gets in front in the braking zone, gets in front, a little bit of lock-up by Cross-Eyes, and almost allows War Machine to come through, but contact at the back end there by War Machine and Cross-Eyed Gaming. War Machine losing part of his wing, both parts of his wing, a little bit. Damage on both parts of his wing right now, but he currently sits in 5th place.
Yeah, War won't be happy about that one. That will definitely go to the... But Cross-Eyed now losing DR to his teammate Jerabot. And Jerabot's 3.1 seconds away from Chevy. And now Chevy is actually in the DRS of it, after set, so...
330 k's an hour coming down the main straight to Cross-Eyes 310 is War Machine trying to keep the distance as short as possible. There's only one major DRS zone on this track, and that is that straight. The front straight for a little bit of extra speed down the main straight, but not an overtaking place in the slightest. As the gaps are getting bigger and bigger, down in 10th, we have Kirko, Piastri, Goffey, and Shining Swarm all together in a nice little pack. Shining Swarm trying to get on the outside, sorry, the inside of Kirko coming into turn 10. Has to back out of that one. Combo Ollie down in 12th. He started this race in, sorry, second in, no, that's Chevy Wolves. He started this race in 4th place. Sorry, I'm having a mental. In 4th, he's now sitting in 12th after not pitting for the first safety.
And just to answer Zoltan's question in the Twitch chat, he is still on 100%.
I can see it actually. He's on 91.
Oh, no, he's up to 97, mate. Come on. 98.
Oh, contact here by Combo Ollie into the back of Kirko. Does damage the left side of his wing as we come down the main straight. He has to back out a little bit. He activates his ERS, but it's not enough to keep him within time. But a little bit of a mishap there by Kirko brings him back. Combo Ollie, less than half a second now, coming into A Rouge. A little bit of a mishap down one. Duck Puncher is at the back of the grid now, just in front of Governor. Has lost the front right of his wing. Yellow flag in Sector 1 as he comes back through. As we go back to Combo Ollie, who's trying to get out and has to pull out behind Kirko as we come through the cones.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Now the DRS train starting at 9th and finishing at 12th at the moment. All cars building a massive gap. Arthur set 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack right now, running his own race.
Jerobot has caught up to the back of Chevy. He was, what, rough 0.8, 2 seconds beforehand last check. Now 0.9, gained a second onto Chevy. So Chevy could lose P2. He will lose P2. But will he be P3 still, Mr. Brake? Can you tell? Or will Cross-Eye be able to take that one? Oh, 3.1 away from him.
Jarebot currently sitting here 30% tyre wear on the front, 25% on the back. He's holding these tyres off really well with 4 laps, or 3 laps remaining now. Coming.
Milo wants pen shown. Redeemed a highlight message, Mr. Brake.
There's your penalty list for the race so far. Arthur Set currently sitting with 2 warnings. Chevy Wolves set it with 2 warnings after his 3-second penalty. Jarebot with 0 at the moment. Cross-Eye with 2 warnings. War with 1. Felsi with a 3-second pen. Piastri with 7 warnings and 6 seconds worth of penalties. Shining Swarm in 10th, currently with 12 seconds worth of penalties and 13 warnings. Aiden with 6 seconds. Kashi with 3 seconds. And Donut currently filling in the kit car with a 3-second penalty. Duck with no penalties and Governor without a penalty.
Just looking at this, Chevy Wolf and Jeremy. Oh,
Duck Puncher retiring. He's gone and retired into the pits.
Into the pit. Oh, I thought that would have. Oh, it would have been the safety car anyway because it's 3 laps, isn't it, for safety? So it looks like Jerobot actually might be struggling now. 2.2 seconds is the gap between himself and Chevy. So I don't. It looks like he's struggling a lot. So he might P2 into this break. It's 2.3.
With the penalties that Chevy Wolves has at the moment, the 2.2 seconds that Jarebot is holding just behind Chevy Wolves is actually putting him into 2nd place on the podium right now. Arthur set 3 seconds ahead. If Chevy can get within 3 seconds and Arthur makes a mistake, we will see Jarebot winning this race. Arthur currently on 2 warnings. Jarebot on 0, keeping it the cleanest we've seen on the track so far. The 2 Haas drivers proving they're not a mess to be reckoned with, a force to be reckoned with today. 2 laps remaining coming into the final. We've got Arthur in first, then Chevy, Jarebot, Cross Eyes Gaming, War, Felsi Henchman, Goffey and Piastri, Shining Swarm, Ollie, Aiden, Kirko, Kashi filling in that RB, Donut filling in the kit car, Governor in 16th, just outside the points, and the 3 cars out today, Duck Puncher, Maney and Felty Rabbit.
But Ollie going up against Shining Swarm right now, 3/10 behind him. Shining Swarm, I don't think he'll get the DRS, maybe from Piastri. I think he will at this stage. He got a good exit through turn 1. So Combo Ollie looking for a P9 as Shining Swarm gets another penalty as I say that. Did not comp person, I swear.
Combo Ollie coming up on the right-hand side of Shining Swarm, takes that position from him and slots back in nicely. We'll have to get in between. But Shining Swarm trying to get up on the outside and not being able to get back onto the inside. Goes for the switchback and doesn't let it stick. Him with 15 seconds worth of penalties at the moment. Should not be fighting the other cars, but we have Aiden on the back of...
Oh, here we go, Aiden.
Aiden coming up on the outside and having to lead it stick. Aiden not needing to fight this position due to penalties, but will try and get up into 10th, 11th place to try and fight Combo Ollie for the top 10 spot.
Coco's looking pretty good here. He could be finishing roughly P10 at this point from P13. Oh, as Aiden Full Send's had a moment, he's had a moment. Aiden.
Yellow flag in Sector 2 as Aiden's come off into the gravel, puts the whole car into the gravel. Not a very good sign for Aiden Full Send right now. Arthur bringing that gap up to 5 seconds now as we come into the final lap.
And Arthur's not using his battery. He's now using his battery.
Arthur going to go for the fastest lap now, trying to get as much information, as much speed down the main straight to try and take that top lap off Governor, who currently has a 1:45.9, the fastest lap of the session, only 3 thousandths quicker than Arthur. He will try and take that place back and get an extra point here today at Belgium.
Yeah, Cross-Eye Gaming now going up against Jerabot, who is currently 3. Now Jerabot, Cross-Eye also 5 tenths behind him, so could he steal this from his teammate? Or will there be team orders just saying hold off for now?
The Governor coming out in 16th place will not take that fastest lap point, but does come in with a 1:45.5. We'll try and minimize the maximum points that Arthur can take today. As we watch the final lap come around, Arthur 6.5 seconds now in front of Chevy Wolves, slightly slow, uses all our batteries, got his overtake on right now as we come around through Blancmont. As we come down into the chicane, heavy braking, gets that car as tight as possible around the corner. Full berries outside, gives us a little bit of a dance as he comes over the line. Arthur Set wins the Belgium Grand Prix.
He doesn't get the fastest lap though.
Chevy Wolves coming over in second. Third coming over is Chevy Wolves, taking the place off Cross-Eye Gaming. War Machine in 5th. Felsey coming over. There's a little bit of contact there between Henchman and Felsey. Helsos come over in 6th. Henchman taking that place due to penalties. Goffey currently sitting just behind now, coming over 8th. Combo Ollie in 9th. PMR Piastri in 10th. But Kashi takes it, and then Kirko takes it off Kashi. PMR Piastri going down to 13th. Aiden Full Send coming over in 12th. Donut in 13th, and PMR Piastri pushed down again. Shining Swim in 15th. Governor still out on the track, coming through the chicane right now with the current fastest lap with a 1:45.5. Well done to him for the fast lap, taking that point off Arthur Set. And that is the Belgium Grand Prix. 2 safety cars. What did I say? 3. You said 2, didn't you?
I said 2. No, I said 2 people didn't get pens.
Oh,
Launching driver of the day, I will agree with that, mate. From, what was it, P18?
P18.
P5?
We'll see in a second.
Yep. Nah, GG's obviously. We got a Haas, a Williams, and an RB up on the grid for podiums. Lovely stuff, I reckon, Break. Lovely, lovely.
There are your race results for today. Arthur Set at the front in the RB. Then we have Jairbot in the hash just behind the Williams and Chevy Wolves in 3rd place. Cross-Eye Gaming going over in 4th. War in 5th, starting in 18th. Cross-Eye starting in 10th, coming 4th. Henchman starting in 8th, coming 7th. Bat Felsey finishing and starting in the same position. Goffey going from 19th to 8th. A great race from him as well. Combo Ollie down into 19th. Kirko up 5 positions into 10th. 11th is Kashi. Aiden Full Send. Gorilla. Then Piastri. Shining Swarm. Governor. And then the 3 DNFs. McDuck Puncher, Maney, and Felty. There he is.
I'll have you. Right. I'll get my shirt. Thank you very much, Break. I don't appreciate it.
You don't appreciate it.
I don't appreciate it. Mate, you leave me alone, alright? That's all I'm saying. Leave me alone.
Kieran telling me that the New South Wales Blues shirt is terrible. I think my original New South Wales Blues polo is absolutely schmick, and you cannot say anything about it.
a Queensland supporter, so I'm not going to get into this argument.
Hello, Arthur. I'll give us a quick sec.
Just waiting on two more drivers. Arthur, congratulations. You've been promoted to tier 3.
Yes, I know. I haven't.
Where are the other two?
Mate, they're taking their time. Just let them be.
Who's on the podium?
Jairbot and Cross Size? Yeah. No, Cross I got pushed to 4th. It was the Williams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I should know that. Williams drive. Bloody hell.
Where is our third?
Pardon? Is he on reserve? I don't think he is. That's the job.
Nah.
There he goes.
Oh, Chevy.
Hello, Chevy. You start with Chevy.
Mr. Chevy, in the Williams, P3, mate. Tell us about your race. The quality and also the race, mate.
Yeah, mate, I have to say, first up, full credit to the boys for an amazing two-stint race. It's a race of two stints, and yeah, full credit to the boys.
Yeah, well, obviously going through that, did you feel confident enough that you were going to hold off with the for the P3, or what was going through your mind during the safety cars with the tyre strategies and all that sort of stuff?
The boys had a tough stint. What else can you say? I was trying to hold on as best as I can. The hamstring was pulling up a bit with the 3-second penalty, but you know, full credit to the boys, and the Williams came through in the P2. We had P3, didn't we? P3 because we had Jairbot, the bastard, come through.
Yeah, well, Jerobot obviously. So just quickly on the Jerobot, obviously he was on the softs. Did you feel confident enough that you could have potentially be still P2 considering he was like dying off?
Did I just die again? I did. 2 seconds, guys.
Oh, well, hang on.
There we go. I'm here.
Yeah. Well, obviously, mate. Congrats on the P3. Hopefully, we will see you on the podium for the next couple of tracks.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Full credit to the boys. Cheers later.
Keep going.
Cheers, mate.
Jerobot, mate, P2. You finished on those softs, mate. I didn't think you were going to be finishing P2, but tell us about your race and qualifying, mate.
Yeah, followed well. That was pretty much as best as I could do at that time, so I was pretty happy with that. And then
Yeah.
got off to a clean race. I know when that first safety car came out, I was tempted to pit on too hard, but I think either way, I sort of straight on Arthur just had a pace. But I had good help from my teammate Cross Eyes and TP Camillo giving me some advice. So shout out to those
Yeah.
boys and yeah, it was a good race for the most part. Just you with the softs had to make me resilient.
Well, obviously now there was a bit of a battle between you, your teammate, and War Machine. Take us through that one, going to the final little couple of
Yeah,
starts.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think I actually slowed up Cross Eyes coming down that back straight. I deployed like all the battery, and he said he had to like brake
Yeah.
on me so he didn't rear end me. But
Yeah.
I think he missed out like
Yeah.
just under like 2 tenths, which is a real bummer. But I think next time
Yeah.
I'll take positions and give him the podium spot.
obviously, congrats on the P2. Netherlands and Abu Dhabi. How are you feeling for that one, mate?
I think on the back-to-backs, are they both 50%?
That is not a question for me. I would presume maybe a 25% each. Let's just go with a
We'll figure it out.
25% each.
We'll figure it out. Let's
But
see.
either way, how do you feel about the tracks?
Netherlands I really like, and then Abu Dhabi pretty mid. So as long as we get one out of two good results, I'm happy.
Well, obviously, let's hope that we can see you back onto the podium step next week.
Yeah.
And Mr. Break, you want me to do Arthur?
Yep.
Or you still all right? Arthur, mate, you were my dark horse with no pens. I'm glad that fell through. I put my money where my mouth was, and it worked out in the end. Considering you had two warners, you got me nervous, mate. But
yeah.
honestly, tell us about your quali, mate. You did a 42.6. You're tired, so obviously
Yeah.
you didn't do another stint. But tell us about your race anyway, man.
Honestly, it was pretty easy race. Just the second safety car got me scared a little bit because
Yeah, what was
they had
going on with
cars.
that one? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I was just shitting my pants, and yeah, I was scared that Jerobot could have got the overcut on me, but
Yeah, because you must have seen him on the softs, like
yeah,
on safety, I presume.
yeah, that was an
'Cause, like,
interesting strategy.
Well, look, it worked out in the end on his part, so
It
I
did,
might keep that in
yeah.
mind for my race that's coming soon. So I got a
Yeah.
little bit of thinking here. But mate, you ended up getting a 5 second gap in the end. You made it look way too easy. So congratulations, you going to tier 3, Arthur. Congratulations, round of applause.
I was trying to get the fastest lap from
Governor.
the governor, yeah.
Governor, yeah. No, you missed out by 3 tenths, I do believe. He
Yeah.
was 3 tenths
Was
quicker.
it-
He
did
was
pit-
he was three
he pit-
thousandths up on you in 21, and then the last lap he did
Yeah.
He did a 0.5. So
Did he pit towards the end?
no,
Yes.
Oh,
No.
gee.
Didn't he come out of the pit? I thought he did.
nope.
Oh, I must have been tripping
Jeez, he was rapid then.
them.
I could not
Well,
improve.
obviously, P1 for you, mate. Some good points for the team. But Netherlands and Abu Dhabi. How are you feeling for that one?
Oh, those are probably my two best tracks.
All right, I might have to put a bet on you from Sportsbet, mate. Might have some good odds here, I reckon. Well, obviously, congrats on the P1. Hopefully, we'll see you back in the podium stage next week for the doubleheader. But Break,
Yeah.
my man, that was an interesting race, both pens and just on-track battles, mate. I will say that was very entertaining. I don't know about you.
And I think I lost both my bets. So we're gonna go into this next race. Oh, there might have been a minute. I said there was gonna be a minute of pens. It might have been. We'll have to double check that afterwards. There was a couple of incidents on the track, but other than that, it was a pretty good race from everyone all around. Congratulations, Arthur and Jerbot and Chevy Wolves for their podiums for the second round so far, getting some great points. Haas with top 5 drivers getting maximum points for them, other than Arthur's P1. And overall was a great race to commentate. Welcome back, Mad Dog. Not getting on the slump today.
Mate, that's a pleasure.
Anyway, Tier 3 starts in 35 minutes, so I will let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your nights, and we will see you again next week for the doubleheader.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Yeah, but I didn't want to. I was drinking.